Good morning, everyone. This is the Doctor. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and I hope wherever you're at, the weather is treating you good as well. If you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers so that I can get a little bit of help getting sponsored. We're going to do the first of its kind account doctor today, and how this is going to work is I've sort of consulted a couple of my friends, and we're going to be reviewing players' accounts, and we're going to be reviewing players' accounts from all sorts of spectrums. So expect to see different players at different points in their development along the game, and the goal is to really help them out, give some perspective, and maybe create some understanding so that for the viewers watching or for the player themselves, we are able to sort of give them a direction to go in. So if you don't know Kezu, he is in my Discord, and he does hop on stream quite regularly. He is mostly a free-to-play player. He does minnow just a little bit. His current plans are to save for Agrias and focus on his Miranda. And you can see that his Miranda is currently his highest level unit at level 89. You can see down here in the lower left-hand corner, these are all of the espers he has. They're a little bit all over the board here. And then, of course, we have up here his current arena team. And we have sort of the higher end of his roster here. He does have a couple other units, but I think these are the ones that are going to be most relevant for us to talk about today. Now, when we're looking at his cards here, one of the things that I noticed is he doesn't have a lot of them leveled, and he does have at least his Vow of Love leveled significantly, and the little Leela card for using Miranda, she's actually probably one of the better cards out of all the cards that you have that you could use. But I think there's a couple questions I have here, and when we were talking about your account, Kezu, you had mentioned that you were working on your Frederica, and you really wanted to bring your Frederica into your comp just a little bit. And if you're wanting to do that, I would expect to see this card right here leveled. And what I'm really seeing when I'm observing all the cards and all the cards you have leveled is I see a couple mistakes, which of course is going to happen. I made plenty of mistakes coming in, and probably the two mistakes, and we both did this one. I invested in the Siren card down here. I think a lot of players make that mistake. And I also see that you invested in Tetrasylphid up here. And good for you for pulling a Tetrasylphid. If you had managed to pull a Lucia, Tetrasylphid would have been potentially a very powerful card. But I really think you missed out investing in her when you have other cards that could have been significantly more powerful for you to invest in. So specifically, if you wanted to do Frederica, you should have invested in the Curry card down here. You should have also been looking at Leonis Castle. For anyone who's free to play that doesn't have Leonis Castle leveled, it's one of the easiest cards you can get, and it's one of the most powerful impact makers that you can put early on in your account's development. Of course, another card here, actually two of them. Of course, we have Secret Orders right here, and we have Iron Giant. Both of them very powerful cards as well. I would definitely rather see Secret Orders on your Shadow Links or on any of your sort of melee damage characters right now. I would love to see it leveled up here. And of course, Iron Giant for that defensive utility. You don't quite have an identity on your arena team right now, and that's absolutely fine. But it's definitely something you're going to want to get. And when you don't have an identity on your arena team or your team in general, that's when you're going to get cards like Leonis Castle and Iron Giant when they're really going to shine. Now, you do have Run with the Bulls here, and you do have Fun Time, which are very good cards as well to have leveled. But I think having that utility of Leonis Castle, Iron Giant, and Secret Orders is really going to bring out your account just a little bit more. Now, taking a look at your arena team right here, I can tell that you're a newer player and that you haven't quite gained an identity of what you want from your team. And one of the most important things I see here is that your Mont is not level 99. I think getting your Mont level 99 first and foremost is the most important thing you can do in order to increase your power level in both arena damage and in being able to tackle harder content. Having a level 89 Miranda is wonderful, and I would actually like to give kudos to you because I actually think your Miranda is very well built here for what you have. I think there's definitely a reason she's your best unit, and I can tell that you really wanted to focus in and really develop her. And I didn't get to see what nodes you have activated on your Siren, but I'm guessing it's hopefully slash resistance. Give her just that little bit of extra survivability, and moving from there, this Shadowlynx is a little out of place. And not only that, the Iron Giant Esper on Shadowlynx is a little bit questionable, and so is the Funtime card. The Funtime card, of course, could easily be replaced by Secret Orders. It is a very good card to have on here, but I think Secret Orders, no matter what, is going to be better on a ninja character. And then Iron Giant on Shadowlynx and Behemoth on Mont. Behemoth on Mont is okay, but you would really do well to swap these two. Iron Giant has much more defensive utility than Behemoth does. You will have to level your Resonance all over again, but I think in the long term, looking at your Esper setup right now, I think you're probably going to want to move your Iron Giant to Mont, particularly if you're looking at replacing Shadowlynx. Looking at the Espers here that you also have available to you, if you were going to go for a perfect world, if you were going to continue building Shadowlynx, I think Tetrasylphid would definitely be the way to go. But since you are looking at replacing her in the future and wanting to give her, like, get Frederica into your comp, I actually think you could benefit from leveling Cactuar for Maneater. Honestly, though, I think with your composition right now, Frederica is not going to be the best bet for you, because I feel like you don't have the cards necessary to really bring Frederica out, and you're trying to level another UR when you've already invested in so many URs across the board already. Yes, you could probably make her successful. I would say, though, you could potentially max Shadowlynx, or you could develop and grow one of your other characters. I would really have to see what the stage of your Frederica is versus your other characters to really understand if that would work. But right now, I think, honestly, your Shadowlynx is probably going to be more useful than leveling up your Frederica, just because it looks like you don't have the options for your Frederica. And again, Cactuar, if you're confused or looking for an Esper to invest in right now on your team, I think Cactuar for Maneater, or Cactuar for Magic, or Cactuar for both would be a great substitute and would work with potentially Miranda, it would work with Medina, it would work with any type of attacking unit that you have in your team until you get your UR Esper. Now, you did talk about wanting to get Agrias in the long term, and in terms of going sort of for a future comp, I actually think with all of the units you have, aiming for a double tank comp with Miranda in the future should be your endgame goal. In the short term, you should level Mont up to 99, you should finish off Miranda, and you should get some other unit in here or max out Shadowlynx. Now, if you are going to be getting Agrias in the future, do know she's going to be sliding in on that left side, and also recognize the utility of leveling Iron Giant as your Esper is also going to be really valuable for that slash resist, especially if you don't have access to any UR Espers besides Sylphid and Siren right now. So overall, I think there are some bottlenecks on your account, and you could benefit a lot from making some simple changes to your cards, Espers, and units that would have a substantial impact. So that's going to be sort of all of what I've mentioned, and we'll go ahead and summarize at the end here. I know you really wanted to do Frederica, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to fit her into your team without having some type of cards or without having a Razelgethi +5. Honestly, I think you might be better off throwing your Medina in there and leveling her up a little bit. I think you might be better off getting Mont and Miranda at 99, keeping Shadowlynx at 79, and then investing in potentially Engelbert until Agrias comes out. You have a couple months, and you probably are going to be able to do that. And the double tank comp with Miranda is pretty powerful in Arena. In terms of PvP, it can also be a little bit powerful, but I think just in terms of having a solid team, you could go for the Engelbert, Mont, and Miranda, and then when Agrias comes around, you can change out Mont, bring in Agrias, and focus on those units that you really wanted, which is Miranda and Agrias for your endgame competition. Overall, the most important things that I can see in your account: Secret Orders and Leonis Castle. If you have access to these, and almost everyone does, and I see on your account you do, for rule of thumb, very general, these are very powerful cards to level, and they can make a huge difference in both your survivability and your damage output in both PvE and PvP and Arena. I keep having to remind myself to separate Arena and PvP. Secondly, I think you need to hit your Mont level 99, get his TMR. Being able to get that TMR is such a difference maker. It's very powerful in both defense and spirit. It gives easy AP regeneration if you need to put it on a character. It can control their AI to keep them in back further at Arena. Should be the #1 thing you're doing. Hitting Mont 99 is one of the easier things to do, and should be your primary investment. Similar to that, you should be working on your Engelbert. You should be looking at replacing your Mont with Engelbert when Agrias comes around, or you should be looking at running a Miranda, Engelbert, and Mont comp, or eventually building towards that setup. Alternatively, you could raise Medina, or temporarily slide Frederica in. Shadowlynx or Frederica will probably not be long-term, though. I can't imagine Frederica in your comp working too well. I think there's going to be people right now who are like, what are you talking about? Of course Frederica is going to work. She can work, and that's... I'm not saying she couldn't work, but we are working within the frame of a free-to-play player who is trying to better his current account, and he's not going to be doing massive pulls until Agrias comes out. So we have to think about what he can do currently to better his account and not sort of hinder it. And I think if he did invest in Frederica, he's probably going to hit a wall of performance where maybe having another unit, even Shadowlynx or Medina, is going to be a little bit more powerful. And you guys, that's the end of our video. Kezu, thank you so much for letting me review your account. For anyone else that wants me to review their account or take a look at it, I do it for free, and I do it sort of on a need to look at basis. So my goal is to make at least 2 videos like this a week, and I'm looking to pull from my Discord, so whenever I do it, I do make an announcement in my Discord. So make sure you guys come check out my Discord. If you do want your account featured in the future, just look for my @ because I do @ everyone, and I let everyone know that I am looking to feature their accounts. Currently, I am looking to feature some Mega Whales. I don't have very many Mega Whales in my Discord, and I really want to make sure that I am able to access and look at all different levels of accounts so that people can get an idea of how best to increase their accounts and how best to get maybe starter tips or where maybe a Deep Dolphin needs to go next. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. As always, please do hit that subscribe button. And of course, leave some comments down in YouTube, come say hi in Discord, and come check out my stream. I do stream every single night, except for Mondays and Thursdays, and usually it's between 6 and 12 p.m. If you ever, Pacific time, if you ever want to know when I'm streaming, again, just hop in the Discord, have notifications on, and I do tell everyone. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great rest of your day.